Got a 94 Chevy GMC 1500 four-wheel drive. Got a little bit of loose U-joint here. I've already gotten the clamps off here. They just go in 11 millimeter. I have it in neutral. It's gonna want to spin on you if you're in neutral, so you'll have to use a bar to hold it still, or just put it in park. You can get them with a wrench. If they feel like they're gonna snap, put some heat on them, soak them down for a couple days. You don't want to snap them. Now we're gonna tap it out of here. This one actually came out pretty easy. And then pull it out of the trans. You're gonna leak a little bit of fluid. Have your oil bucket ready. Just a little bit coming out. We got our drive shaft. It's time to change that rear U-joint that's bad. We'll come over here to the workbench. See if we can get a good view on there. There you go, you can see the end. Move this tire out of the way. Give it some room. We're using a Moog heavy duty replacement U-joint, part number 331. What's cool about doing this one is we only got to press out one side. You get these little clips right here in the U-joints, and the bearing caps that attach to the yoke there. Make sure those go in after you're done. So we've got to take this sucker out. So we got some clips on the inside of here we got to take out. They look pretty rusted. I'm going to give this a light clamp. Not enough to warp any metal there or anything. We're probably going to want that hammer. And maybe a screwdriver. Just something to pop those clips out with. You can use all kinds of stuff for these U-joints. You can use your ball joint press, shop press, bench vise. There we go, there's one clip out of there. Pretty rusty, but coming out pretty easy. Alright, now what we want to do is take one side, doesn't matter whichever side, and we want to press one side. We'll take this side and we'll press it down, the bearing cap. And I think today I'll use my shop press. Decided to go with my ball joint press. We got it set up here, so we're going to press this way. Just make sure the open end is centered around the bearing cap so it can actually push out. So we're going to press this. Doesn't want to budge, doesn't want to budge. Give it a little spray. Make sure we're centered down that hole. There she goes. She just popped. Perfect. Now we want to take this bearing cap off. That bearing cap is off. Now we gotta push this bearing cap all the way this way. Get her started. Spare socket I got laying around. That looks about perfect right there. I like it. We'll set this open end on that side now. Thought we were gonna have to bust out heat. Get that to break free there for a second. Here we go. Make sure you got enough clearance to come out there. Your tool's not blocking the passage. Alright, this guy's not straight. Hocking on me a bit. Let's get her set back up. If you don't have one of these presses, you can rent them for free at the auto parts store. It's kind of hard to do by yourself. Get everything lined up. Pretty good. Now we just gotta find that socket. There it is. Press moved on us. We gotta loosen it. Oh, we got her started in there. Plus I got this edge hitting my drive shaft, so we gotta move that too. line back up. And make sure we have clearance. That guy stays right there. All right, we're looking good. Just does not want to break free. All right. There it goes. Got our U-joint out. Get the cap still stuck in there. Give her a little tap. Now we're ready to put our U-joint in. Some of these you got to pay attention to where the grease cert is. You won't be able to grease them if you put them in the wrong spot. I'm not sure if all these caps are the same size. Sometimes bearing caps will be a little wider or skinnier on this than on the yoke. I'm just going to take my mic to it real quick. They're the same all the way around. Doesn't matter which way you put these in. I'm going to take two bearing caps off. I have some suction. Well, this doesn't seem right. we got the wrong U-joint. Parts store failed me. I'll go ahead and mic the old caps. Yeah, these old caps are smaller. Wrong U-joint. It's gonna do it for the day. I have to get the right ones in. All right, now we got our proper U-joint. Looks like it was a 235. They gave me the one for the aluminum drive shaft. I told them no, not aluminum drive shaft. That's what they delivered to me. But now we have the right U-joint. We've got our U-joint here. We put the clips on the two that we're not using. So we can actually just take those, pull them right off. And now I put one of my bearing caps in. I could take it back out. We're just gonna slip this guy in there. Sprayed a little PB blaster in there, help lubricate this sliding it in, put a little grease on the caps. We got one cap there. Now we put the other cap on. And the liner up centered so it actually slides in. Make sure your bearings don't move. A little grease seal popped off on this, so I was trying to put it in there. I don't want that to happen. Put her back in. Cap over the U-joint. Does not want to cooperate with me. There we go. Now we got them centered. U-joint is between the two, holding the bearings in. Now I'm just going to take this bench vise here and squeeze these dudes together. They're squeezing. We want to get it to the point that we can fit our little black clips in. This one is there. Take a little flathead, get it the rest of the way. There we go, that one's clipped in. Now this guy needs to go a little bit more. On this side. Still got to go a little bit more on that side. The vise isn't cutting it. It's a little misshapen, the vise. Make sure your U-joint spins decent. You're going to go ahead and grab just a little socket. something to press on the bearing cap. Press it the rest of the way in. Straighten her out, make sure she's nice and straight and centered. There we go, and we got the other one clipped in. We're all good to go. Now we're going to put our caps back on this side. Slide the yoke into the transmission. Put a little bit of grease on it and the splines, and right here where it hits the seal. Right here where it hits the seal. And a little bit on the splines helps it just slide into the transmission easier. Slide that into the transmission and then fit your two bearing caps that are open, these guys. We're gonna fit them into the grooves. We got those little clips, they sit on the inside of here. Tighten down our caps over the U-joints. And there we go. Replacing a U-joint. One more added note, you'll have one of your bearing caps might have a grease cert on it, like this, instead of a regular grease cert. And for that, you will need this adapter on your grease gun to grease it up. Make sure you grease these U-joints up. There you go, little adapter, little needle. Squirts the grease right in there.